Be the candidate investment firms are looking to hire. Become a CFA charter holder. Stand out for having the skills to thrive in the competitive investment industry. Visit cfainstitute.org/learn to find out more about the Level 1 CFA exam.
Do you think it's a cop-out when people wear the exact same Halloween costume every year?
Yeah, especially if they've been successful at it. Now, there's a couple exceptions. Number one, if you're just a super fan of that character and everybody knows you and it's part of your identity, like if you enjoy graphic novels or, comics or anything like that, or cosplay or anything like that, you play video games all the time. It's your Fortnite avatar. That I kind of understand, right? Because it's a part of your identity. But if you just dress up as Harry Potter every single year because you've got a high quality Harry Potter costume, that's kind of like cheating, I think. I don't know. Especially if you win an award, I think you have to retire that costume.
So when I was younger, I've always been obsessed with Marilyn Monroe. So for 7 years, I was Marilyn Monroe. I call it my 7-year itch.
Sounds like a lot.
Right. And I wore different Marilyn Monroe dresses.
Okay.
So one year it was the white dress. One year it was like the sequence gown that she wore when she sang Happy Birthday.
Right.
To Mr. President, all that.
Yeah.
So there was variations. There were some repeats along the way. But it was my thing. But there's this one guy down the street. Every year he wears a giant candy corn costume. It's like it's foam.
Yeah.
He just comes as a giant candy corn. And, I do like the community bar where like my neighbors all come and they all hang out at the fire pits and they help themselves to the bar. And here he is last night. Once again, he's rolling up and I could see him coming down the street because he's wearing a giant foam candy corn outfit.
Right.
And I'm like, here he comes again. I don't see this guy any other day out of the year except on Halloween when he comes to my house for a beer in his candy corn costume.
Well, I mean, I think that he probably loves the attraction of it, right? You drive by, it's like a billboard almost. Like you're going to see a large costume like that. And he's probably, I wouldn't say copping out, but on the other hand, he's kind of mailing it in. He comes home, he's comfortable in that thing, right?
Yep.
So he strips, he hops right in that thing and heads over. The question is, do you think he's wearing anything underneath it?
I don't think I want to know.
Right, like is one of those ones where you just pull it over the top and you got jeans on underneath, or is it like a full body costume?
Well, he has sleeves on a sweatshirt, so at least I know the top is covered.
Right.
I don't know about the bottom.
You don't know anything about the rest.
And I don't want to even try to imagine. But is that how everybody cleans pools? Because I feel like I would know that.
Yeah, no, I don't think so. I think it's how some people clean pools, maybe a few. Because the scuba place tries to make me feel like I'm not a maniac. But my neighbors are all like, what? What are you doing? And what did I hear? And what is happening? Yeah.
Raven waits until it gets so cold that he can't clean his pool without renting a scuba suit, and then he cleans it in a scuba suit.
Listen, I mean, here's the thing. To be clear, again, I would clean the pool and close the pool at an acceptable time temperature-wise. I would. But my wife always insists that it's going to get warm again for at least a week or two. You know that late summer surge, and then she never goes in it. That's the thing. It does get warmer for a week or two. Yep. But she refuses to go in the pool when it is that temperature. So it makes no difference whatsoever. Now I'm cleaning it. It's after fair season. Nearly Thanksgiving.
Yep. I made Raven video and record the entire time of him getting in the pool.
I know, it's androgynous and whatnot, and I'm not, trying to whatever, but I've never felt less masculine than I do right now at this moment.
What size scuba suit did you buy?
5XL. I didn't buy it. I rented it. 5XL. It is a bargain.
They make a 5XL scuba suit?
They do. They make up to a 7XL, but they only have one there because a 7XL is like a unicorn in a scuba suit. So they have a 5XL there, and I'm pretty sure I'm the only person that rents it, which seems odd to me because I don't know who they're making these for. French people maybe or something.
Probably.
Who's tiny, all right? Because it's tiny people. And you put a scuba suit on, and I'm just going to say that genitalia disappears.
Okay.
It disappears.
Yes. All right.
All right?
Uh-huh.
It's very uncomfortable. I haven't been in this pool in 7 weeks. So happy to be going now. Babe, when's the last time you were in the pool?
Stuck my hand in there today.
Yeah. Oh, good.
Yeah. So, yeah. Well,
That's what she does. But every year, no, you can't close it yet. Yeah. Every year.
What's this noise? What is that?
I think that's me getting in.
No, it's not.
No, I'm not even in.
No, I watched the video.
Yeah.
Raven, that's you just walking in the scuba suit.
Well, walking in it is uncomfortable. You can't bend your arms. I mean, I can't anyways.
Yep. And then you finally get into the pool.
Yeah.
Here we go. Oh my God. Yep, and there's a leak. Because it's already cold in, let's just call it the center of my core.
Yep.
Oh yeah, it's chilly.
Yeah.
Oh, it's really coming in now.
Was
Yeah.
there a hole in your thing?
So this is what I figured out about scuba suits, because this is 2 years now that I'm like, why is this thing leaking? And the fact is it's actually supposed to let a certain amount of water in, I think, because then after 5 minutes, like the water inside the suit starts to heat up due to your body temperature.
Okay.
So it's like, wearing a suit full of your own urine.
Good.
In that regard.
Yeah.
Really.
Yeah, that sounds normal.
Yeah,
Right.
wasn't fun at all.
Then there was this.
Feels like I sat in a puddle, but my feet are already in pain.
You sat in a puddle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the pool's closed. Covers on. Thank God.
Congratulations. I'm going to take these videos and these photos of Raven in his scuba suit. We'll put it up on our Instagram and Facebook at Anna and Raven, just so you could have the enjoyment that I had.
Oh, it's so flattering. Thank you for that. Yeah.
That's all I need to know about you.
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 It's really when you just vent. You see things that are nutty, and even though you don't know anything about the person, you think to yourself, that is all I need to know about you when you see them do something.
Sure.
You can always call or text 1-800-330-9999. Raven, this is the Halloween edition. I've been waiting to get this off my chest
Okay,
since
go for it.
yesterday. If you're an adult and you go to church trunk or treats just to score candy, that's all I need to know about you. This lady.
Seems low.
I was like,
No kids.
no kids.
Any costume?
No costume.
Wow.
I don't think I've ever seen her in church once.
Yeah.
Right. Never seen her in church. Now, my poor husband, he just does what I ask him to do.
Sure.
So we're both dressed as dinosaurs.
Perfect.
Right.
I mean, of course.
Right. In the church basement. We're getting everything ready for the trunk or treat. And here we are.
I like to imagine you guys setting up in your costumes.
100%.
Too. Yeah, perfect.
Yep.
Right.
Right. And this lady comes, right? And she does one lap. And I was like, maybe she's here with her grandkids. You
Sure.
know, I'm looking around. No.
No grandkids.
No. And she takes like 4 pieces. And I'm like, all right.
For from each stop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And from my stop, and I'm like, and I look at my husband, I'm like, all right, like, what are you going to say?
Sure.
It's church.
It's church, right. You can't say anything. Of all places,
Yeah.
this is not the place where you're going to hand down judgment.
She takes a second lap.
Yeah.
So Raven, Dakota, my toddler, she had her stuff. She had left it on the side,
Yeah.
because she was going to run around with the kids.
Sure.
She started going through Dakota's bag to see what she had.
What?
Yes. Because
It was like an actual bag?
Yeah, it was like a child's, like the child plastic pumpkins that they carry around.
Wow.
She left our candy to see what Dakota had scored.
Oh, my
to
gosh.
Take out of there.
Wow.
I was like, is this lady serious? I'm like, your lucky father is standing right there.
Right.
There's only so much I can do because Jesus is watching.
Is she taking the candy back home and then handing it out to other kids? Or she's going home, she's turning the lights off, and she's hovering down there and just eating it herself?
I don't know. That's all I need to know about you.
Yeah.
Also, if you can drive your car from house to house while trick-or-treating, that's all I need to know about you.
So the actual trick-or-treaters, are they following the kids?
No, it was a guy. The guy was driving wearing his Scream mask.
Yeah.
And he pulls up to our house, and it's 9:30. Paul and I are cleaning up.
Yeah,
so we're
like it's end of the night,
Yeah,
right? Like, I mean, you come out with a Scream mask at 9:30, you might get hit by something.
Well, I got scared because he pulled into our driveway.
You were like, who is this murderer?
So we're in he can't see us because we're in the lawn and it's dark, right?
Yeah.
And he goes up to the front where we have like the candy. At that point, we just put the candy outside.
Sure.
And I see him like roll up, and I was like, I look at Paul, I'm like, am I scared?
Get the bat.
And then I see him grabbing handfuls. So, of course, I yell, 2 pieces only!
From the dark.
From the dark.
From underneath a pine tree in your lawn.
And then I just see the Scream head slowly turn towards me. I go, I'm just kidding! Just take whatever you want!
You weren't kidding until you got scared again.
Right, then I got scared! That's all I need to know about you.
I'm just going to wrap and say, if your kid's barefoot and it's 50 degrees out, that's all I need to know about you.
That made me sad.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's Halloween time. Bundle your kids up. It's cold out there. You're going to be out somewhere. I don't care if you're in your own driveway. If it's that cold, put some shoes on your kids' feet. That's all I'm going to say.
Especially the costumes are so thin. They're so skimpy.
Yes.
Like, if it's cold, trust them.
It's cold. I
Yeah.
mean, you're walking around on asphalt and concrete. It's freezing.
Yeah. 1-800-330-9999. You can always always fill in the blank, too. If you blank, that's all I need to know about you. I guess you have to give some people credit for being creative when it comes to trick-or-treating, what they give out.
Do they? I mean, do we? I mean, personally, I just like a Snickers or a Butterfinger. Like, that's about as creative as I need it to be.
I know. When all the kids got back last night, they did the thing I love. And they all sat in a huge circle, and they were laying out and making piles and then negotiating who wanted what from each other's piles.
Yeah, you got to dump out the candy, right? Take a valuation of what you've got.
Yeah.
Right.
But I was looking over, and I was like, in my family room, I'm like, there's some weird things that they were laying out. So I recorded my daughter Hayden. She's going to be 13 soon, believe it or not, and asking her about the strangest things that she got. And I apologize in advance because we're whispering because the baby was sleeping.
Okay.
So tell me about your trick-or-treating tonight. What did you get that was out of the ordinary?
One thing that I saw that my friends got that I passed up on was somebody was giving out apples.
Why did you pass that up?
I didn't really want an apple, and I took some of the candy instead.
So your friends chose the apple over the candy?
No, they chose both because it was one of those houses that left out a take one sign and had no camera.
I mean, you gotta be brave to leave out apples because an apple in certain neighborhoods left out in the tray would mean a broken window.
Absolutely.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, at least apples up against your house. You're going to bust the siding.
But I was more concerned about the fact that they know to look for cameras when there's a sign that says take one.
Yeah.
Like, they're little criminals. That's what they've really become. And afterwards, I'm like, Hayden, if the sign says take one. You don't look to see if there's Ring cameras around the house. Like, what is that?
At the same time, just another good calling for Ring cameras, right? Savvy investment.
Then there was this.
What else did you get that was strange tonight?
There was a house giving out chicken bouillon.
I just want to say I think they copied me.
Yeah, you did that before.
One year I did that to punish the kids in my neighborhood because they stole all my candy. Like the second
when
I
you
walked
left out the tray that said take one.
Right, they didn't. One kid came, took the whole thing. So the next year I left out chicken bouillons. And then I'm like, you know what? That should be a thing. If you're angry at your neighborhood kids for stealing all your candy, you just leave chicken bouillons.
I mean, if it's shiny, people will grab it thinking it's something good.
There are a lot of these, too.
I got a lot of Christmas candy.
I knew this was going to happen.
What?
Because they put out the Halloween candy too early. So yesterday I had like this meltdown, even though I had legitimately 1,000 pieces of candy because we get so many trick-or-treaters.
You needed more candy.
Right. So I started going to all the stores. Nobody had anything, but they had all the Christmas candy out.
Sure.
And I thought to myself, I bet you people are buying this Christmas candy right now because what are they going to give tonight? And sure enough, she had a whole bunch of it in her bag.
Reese's Trees taste just like Reese's Ghosts, by the way. Same thing.
But then there was this.
And then the really, really weird thing that I got was...
I brought it in.
Let me see it. What do you got?
I'm going to toss it to you.
It's an icy pop.
Yeah.
One of those tube icy pops.
Look at this thing. There we go.
And, I mean, did they hand it to him frozen?
No.
You got to take it home to freeze it.
You know those long plastic tubes like you get in the summertime that you put in the freezer?
Tropics giant freeze pop.
But they're not frozen.
Yeah.
I go, this lady ran out and she had nothing left. So she went into her basement and she certainly had like a bag of these left over from summertime. It was like, just give these to the kids. Just give these to the kids.
Oh, man. You know, I mean, if I was an adult and they were handing out the ones that have the vodka in it, then that'd be one thing.
Different story.
Yeah, different story. Different party, different story, different effect.
Hayden's like, what am I supposed to do with it? I'm like, freeze it and enjoy it tomorrow? I'm like, I don't know, I guess. If you're one of those people that leave reviews online, what was the last one you left? Was it good, bad, somewhere in the middle? 1-800-330-9999. I was just surprised, Raven, my dad opened a new restaurant, and it was almost instantaneous. Like, I didn't even think about, checking.
Sure.
And then, that night after we had the first opening, and it wasn't like a big grand opening. It was kind of like a quiet, soft opening because, you got to get all the kinks out at the beginning.
Sure.
Or short-staffed like the rest of the country and,
in every industry, right.
Right. So, and I went online and I could not believe, on Yelp, on, Google reviews, there were already reviews. Knock on wood, thank you, God, they were all good.
Yeah.
But all I kept thinking was, it's instantaneous that people leave reviews. And I'm one of those people that I don't. I've left 2 reviews in my life because the service was so terrible that I needed to warn people.
Well, that's part of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, some people, leave reviews, good or bad,
yes.
right? And so, your father has many established restaurants at this point, or had several throughout the years. So he has a reputation. So people know him. They know your family and the restaurant business around this area. So I think that probably has a lot to do with it. They come to expect certain things from a certain. They want to see the new twist on something that they've already revealed is good and reviewed as good or enjoyed before. And then they want to give it a boost, right? When something's brand new, they want to tell people. Plus, there's also that, let me tell people that I was the first one to go to this new place. So there's a little bit of that involved too. But, you mentioned something funny. When it comes to reviews, a lot of people are just that. They'll only leave reviews if they're either A, really good, or B, really bad.
Right.
And they don't leave both. And you know something? When I read reviews, especially for products that I'm looking to buy, because that's how everybody buys things nowadays.
Yep.
Right? If you go and you see a business and one has 10 reviews and the other one has 1,000, you're going to probably go with the one that's got 1,000 if, they're all pretty good. But if you go in there and you see like an evil one, then I'll go a step further and I'll stalk that person.
Yes.
So then I'll go look at that reviewer. And if they're just angry all the time, then I completely discount them and throw it out.
Yes.
But if they go both ways and I see different varying stuff, with the reviews, then I'll listen to what they have to say.
So you judge the reviewer. You do a little investigation to see whether or not they're trustworthy.
If there's 800 reviews, all right, and they're all 4.5 stars is the average, the first thing I want to do is go like newest, most recent. All right. That's when I want to start. I never go all give me the best or give me the least. I just go most recent and I start reading through those. And if 5 of them are good and then here's a terrible one, based a bit on their language decides how much investigation I do. Like if they sound like an idiot, then I'll just discount it to say they had a bad experience. They're not a good customer or whatever.
What was the last review you left online?
The last review I left online was for my pest guy, which I had already left a bunch of reviews, but I guess I don't know what happened to him on Yelp, but he asked me to specifically put it on Yelp. And Yelpers are known as the most judgy of reviewers.
Oh.
So I'm never a Yelper. I'm not that person. So this time I went and I left a Yelper. And yes, he did get rid of all our moles and voles and spider spray and all that stuff. He did very good. But, if you look at mine, I've probably got 20 reviews online in various spots with my Google account or whatever. And there's only one bad one.
See, I'm
a 5 or a 1. There's no 3s with me.
Well, right.
No
so
3s.
I have 2 reviews online and they're both terrible. And that was in my lifetime. And it makes me wonder, am I the only one that does that? Because I feel funny writing reviews.
See, that's the thing. If I investigated you, I wouldn't believe you.
I've only ever written 2 reviews about places online in my entire life. The first one was when I got a fight with Hayden's swim school.
I do.
Remember that?
I do.
Yeah. That was the
You were
worst.
so mad.
The most angry I've ever been because they were terrible. I'm still mad about it to this day.
Typing furiously. How about the second one?
And when I was in a hotel in the Dominican Republic and they stole all my jewelry.
Oh, well. So,
Yes.
both positive experiences.
Yeah.
Not really at all. You got to offset your review carbon footprint here, or else I wouldn't believe your reviews if I read them.
I know. I need to start writing more good reviews. There's 2 kinds of people. The people that always leave the reviews, and then people like me that very rarely do. Like something really bad has to happen.
Right. And then if I see only bad reviews from a person, I discount you as you're just an evil person.
Right. Or you don't believe them. You think it's somebody out with a vendetta.
You're carrying around hate.
Right. 1-800-330-9999. Hi, it's Anna on Raven. Do you leave reviews?
Yes, I do. But I only leave the great ones. Like when I have a really, really good experience, I leave them. And if I have a bad experience, I just leave that company or whatever it is to their own demise, like a dentist or a doctor's office. I just leave them to their own demise. I love when I have great service because nowadays people are just so overworked, underpaid, and stressed out. And they just give you nasty attitude sometimes. But when I get the good ones, I feel so good. I have to say something.
So wait a minute. I need some clarification here. So the businesses that are not good, you leave to natural selection. You believe that they'll be eaten by a larger dinosaur. But You said various places, and one of them was a dentist. Like, a dentist is a medical office. Like, if you have a bad experience at a medical office, ma'am, you should probably tell somebody.
No, you got to find out on your own.
I mean, I would appreciate if you told me if you had a dentist who was like, not qualified to be a dentist. I would want to know.
I know, but like how you said this one that you stalk the ones that leave bad reviews. I don't want to be stalked.
Oh,
yeah,
I mean, if my surgeon has a bad day, like, I want to know.
Hi, it's Anna and Raven. Do you leave reviews of restaurants or anywhere online?
I honestly don't, because I believe people have bad days and I don't want to judge them by that one experience. But I will if I go there often and it's the same thing. Like, let's say I go 3 times and the same thing happens to me, then yes, I will.
I'll give you a lot of credit for going like 3 times, because once something bad happens, I'm out.
So you must read reviews, though, right? So when you read a review that somebody wrote, do you believe them or not believe them? And if you believe them, what makes it kind of like believable?
I definitely read reviews, but sometimes I just go by off the vibe of the person. And I feel like if they're too detailed and complaining too much, then they care way too much, and I just won't listen to it, and I'll still go. But if it's like a simple review, I might take their word for it.
Hey, it's Anna and Raven. Do you give reviews? Are you a reviewer?
Oh, yeah, I do that all the time because I feel like a lot of people just put reviews when they're mad at stuff, and I like to spread positivity. So if I had a great experience, I'll definitely write a review.
So you will write one if you had a bad experience, but you'll write one if you have a good one too.
Yeah, I mean, it has to be really bad. It has to be wow. Last week, my friend and I went to a restaurant and she had a food allergy and they ignored it. And, that's the type of thing that I would write a review at. That's serious. You shouldn't go to a restaurant that ignores your food allergies, But most of the time I just do it for positive things.
Right. Unless they try and kill your friend with shellfish or something.
That seems to be taking it to the next level. This story is just phenomenal. Sarah Blakely, she's the CEO and founder of Spanx. She brokered a deal to sell Spanx, her company, for $1.2 billion last week.
That's a lot of money, man.
But let me just say, first of all, if you've never researched her, she's such an inspiration to women and the whole CEO.
Yes, I'm sure plenty of people are just sitting around researching her, the creator of Spanx.
Well,
I mean, seriously, what a statement.
If you've ever worn a pair of Spanx, or like me, sometimes double up on them on special occasions.
These are great products. Let me figure out who invented these.
No, I mean, she started with $5,000 in her pocket, said nobody believed in her. And she thought she could be a hardworking mom. She has 4 small kids. She's 50 years old. She just did this. Anyway, I'm a big fan. Either way,
clearly,
she called all her employees in, and once she signed the deal, the contracts were set, $1.2 billion the company is sold. She told all her employees that she was giving them this.
Celebrate this moment. I have bought each one of you 2 first-class tickets to anywhere in the world.
Not only, Raven, did she give every single one of her 750 employees 2 first-class tickets everywhere in the world, she also added this.
So, with everybody's 2 first-class tickets to anywhere in the world, you are each getting $10,000.
I hope they come back to a job. When the new company takes over. Just to put a little rain on that parade. But, I hope they come back to gainful employment.
Why are you so negative?
I'm the one who sees, the stuff on the edges, man. What's the best bonus you ever got?
I was thinking about it. And one year here, I was Employee of the Year. And so it wasn't really a bonus, but it was because, if you get awarded the Employee of the Year, you, get something special.
Right.
And I got this really cute little diamond necklace. And it was, I love it because I don't wear it often, but it's every time I look at it in my jewelry.
It reminds you of your greatness.
It reminds me of that I was recognized, and it was nice.
Well, that's really the thing, isn't it? For the most part, bonus sizes are great. Listen, it's great when you get $10,000. Of course, that's everybody could always do that.
Never.
Right, but it is the thought. It's the acknowledgement of the fact that you're good at what you do. We recognize that you're good at what you do, and you're valuable.
What's the biggest bonus, or actually, I should say, the best bonus you ever got? It doesn't have to be money, because money doesn't make you happy.
Well,
sometimes.
we would get a bonus every year, but it was just the amount of the frequency of the radio station where I work, so it wasn't a lot. So that was nice. But we would get other gifts. But I do remember one time. So the owner of the company was coming in, and he was going to do my morning show with me and answer some hard questions. And right as he walked in the door, he handed me a brand new iPad.
Wow.
So his questions got easier.
I'm sure. That's not a bonus. That's bribery,
Right.
Raven.
I mean, I sold out.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's the thing that comes to mind. But every time I look at that thing, I go, well, you sold out, but you do have that iPad.
There's that. That bonus you'll never forget. What did you get at work? 1-800-330-9999. Sarah Blakely, she's the CEO and founder of Spanx. She has brokered her deal for $1.2 billion. She surprised all her employees with 2 first-class round-trip tickets to anywhere in the world and $10,000 cash to pay on their trip.
I hope they come back and still have an office to go to.
No.
I mean, sometimes somebody buys a place and they're like, oh, right, we got the name. You guys are out.
I like to just think this is her way of showing appreciation for help building the company and that everybody's job is secure.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's also a good way to wash your hands of guilt.
Okay. But like when it comes to bonuses, like you don't hear about that anymore. Like the watch when you retire, or like I remember like getting a gift basket one year and being excited about that. But the best I ever got was a necklace when I was Employee of the Year. That was the best bonus.
We used to get a check every year at the place that I started my first radio job every year, but it wasn't big. It was a small check at Christmas. But I mean, still, we got that check every year.
Yeah. What did you get that was unique that you'll never forget? 1-800-330-9999. Ann on Raven?
The one I'll never forget, and I'm not really sure if it was a bonus, but at my work's Christmas party, I won the raffle, and it was a week's vacation to the Caribbean.
What? That is my dream to win a vacation.
Right. Like, even if the hotel is terrible, like, it's still awesome that somebody else paid for it.
Yeah, it was amazing.
When you don't have to pay for it, that's the best vacation ever.
Was the hotel terrible?
No, actually, everything was perfect. It was honestly, I think it was the best, bonus I've ever received.
I've always been my dream to win a trip somewhere, like on Wheel of Fortune or on any of those when they give away the trips.
Yeah.
But I always wonder, like, if you don't plan it and you have to do whatever they figure it out.
Right.
Like, are you really going to be happy, or are you going to be kind of being held prisoner because you have to do whatever they already assigned for
Remember
you?
European vacation? I mean, it's a little bit ways back, but that was not a great vacation.
Yeah. Hi, it's Ann on Raven. What was the biggest, most memorable bonus you ever got?
Hi, I'm a sous chef, and I remember a couple of Christmases ago, we had the same guy that kept coming in almost every day to eat with us. He actually tipped the entire staff $500 each for the holidays.
Wow.
Nice.
Cool. I think that happens more than you think. So, my dad owns restaurants. We're a restaurant family. We've had a few stories like that. Real generous patrons that come all the time, that they come around Christmas and they cut like the thing $100 bills and they start handing them out. And
I just look at it like, that's it. Now that guy gets a table every time.
Always.
From then on, he gets a table. I mean, if we have to throw somebody out, that's what we're doing. Have to drag another client out into the alley and beat them senseless because they won't give up their table.
I mean, I don't think we need to beat anybody. I think we'll just find a table.
He's really anxious, all right? He needs to eat.
Hi, it's Anna on Raven. What was your biggest, most memorable bonus?
Last year when COVID was at its worst, I work at a local daycare. Well, one of the parents gave me a $1,000 gift card to the local mall.
Where do you work? Because I would also like to work there. God, were you shocked? Is it a wealthy school district? That's a lot of money.
I know. It was ridiculous.
Raven, you get given a $1,000 gift card to the mall. What do you buy?
So many scarves. No.
17 scarves.
As
That's
a guy, I don't know what I need. I need a new screen protector for my phone. That's $50. What do I do after that?
It's like $30. What are you going to do with the other $970?
I don't know. I need time.
No, you need sunglasses, like good ones, not cheap ones. You need a new pair of shoes, like good sneakers.
I have good sneakers.
No. And then...
Wow.
You need fancy sneakers, And what else would you buy? What would I buy? I'd probably blow it all on one purse that I've been having my eye on forever. So I didn't know this, but I guess if you visit the White House and you're invited, you get a swag bag. You get gifts there.
That seems pretty cool, right?
Yeah.
There's got to be somebody at the front that kind of maintains these tours and stuff. So they're like, if not, people would be stealing stuff, right?
So if you're
people want souvenirs.
If you're a celebrity and you go, you get a special swag bag. So
wow.
Olivia Rodrigo went, and she was talking about what was in her swag bag when she was on Jimmy Kimmel, and this is what she said.
With the Ray-Bans, do you bring those, or does he hand them out?
He gave them to me, actually. He gave me a few gifts. He gave me those. He gave me some M&Ms, and he also gave me a shoehorn, which was strange.
Did he really give you a shoehorn?
Really. It had the presidential emblem on it. I'm serious. It's in my house.
Okay. So like, all right, I get the aviators, I get the Ray-Bans, like that's like President Biden's thing.
That's pretty cool. I don't expect to walk in someplace and they hand me some Ray-Bans.
Right, it's awesome.
You know, they
M&Ms.
could have gave me one of them Top Gun jackets that would have completed the look. But either way, that's pretty good. M&Ms I like. I mean, seems like a strange gift.
Oh, maybe they're his favorite. Like,
maybe.
I don't know.
I guess.
But the shoehorn.
Yeah.
Like, first of all, we've learned since then, since this interview, that she was mistaken. It's actually an I guess like a high-tech ice cream scoop.
I mean, that also seems pretty odd. I know he likes ice cream.
But you get that with the presidential emblem on it.
Yeah.
Like
with his signature. It's so weird, right? I mean, I guess it's a good conversation piece because every time you pull out that ice cream scooper for the rest of your life, people are going to be like, what is that? And you're going to be like, oh, this is from Joe.
Yeah.
This is from the president.
Joe Biden gave it to me. Yeah, no, I find it's interesting, but I liked it better when she thought it was a shoehorn because I was like, what?
Well, he is older.
What 17-year-old girl do you know that's like, oh, good, a new shoehorn? Like, right?
I have one. I know that I'm past a certain age because I have a shoehorn.
What do you do with
I have
a
a
shoehorn?
big one. I have a tall one that you don't even have to like bend over to use. You just take it in your hand.
it.
I swear. I'll send you a photo of it.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, they have them at IKEA.
What?
Yes.
Why are you can't bend over? I mean, you don't have any
I'd
ailments.
like to as little as possible now.
My gosh.
At this point in my life, I'd like to as little as possible. I don't ever want to be hunched over.
What is the strangest gift you ever received? 1-800-330-9999. For my birthday this past year, I get a package in the mail. I hope they're not listening. If you guys are listening, I love you so much, and thank you for thinking of me on my birthday. But two of my girlfriends bought me a pair of red pleather Spanx.
Right.
Like the pants.
They're pants, but they're also Spanx?
They're Spanx. So Spanx makes like regular pants now,
too. They make pants, too.
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't know this.
But they bought me a pair of red
leather ones.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
And
that's a look at me moment.
And I opened it and I was like, what? And then I looked, and they were expensive. They were like $120.
Wow.
Because the receipt
there's a lot of
is
technology in there. I mean, it's full pants, right?
But where am I going? Where am I? These don't. Have you seen me? These not gonna fit me.
Red leather. I mean, that's a serious commitment.
Pleather. So they're pleather. So they had to send the instructions.
Were you going to like a concert in Vegas or something?
I don't know.
Right.
I don't know where I'm going.
You're not going to wear them in regular. You're not wearing those with a Walmart.
So I sent them like a text. I'm like, thank you, thinking there'd be some kind of joke or follow-up.
Right. No, nobody laughed.
No.
Nobody sent back some sort of a meme.
She sent me an email that they sent her that you're supposed to put powder on them, baby powder, to keep them soft. I'm like, great, thank you. Olivia Rodrigo was understandably confused. She went to the White House. She met with President Joe Biden, and they gave her like a parting gift. And in the bag was some M&Ms. Cool. Aviators, just like the ones that President Biden wears. Awesome. And then what she thought was a shoehorn. That was actually an ice cream scoop. And she could not understand why. What?
They're both kind of odd gifts, right?
Well, the shoehorn is certainly weirder than the ice cream scoop.
Yeah, I mean, if you give me an ice cream scoop and M&Ms, though, I also expect you to send me out the door with a half gallon of something handmade. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like maybe in a little White House cooler.
But I was thinking, what is the strangest gift you ever got? 1-800-330-9999. Hi, it's Anna on Raven. Did you ever get a terrible gift?
I didn't get a gift. I didn't get a gift from the White House. It was a father-son baseball trip there, and we toured. When Raven said that you could steal something from the White House, I don't think so, because my son was walking, and he put his hand on the wallpaper of the Red Room, and there had to be at least 20 Secret Service members come out of the wall saying, please don't touch the wall. It was amazing how quick and how fast they responded.
Yeah, I figure if the gift shop wasn't, legit and you weren't going to hand out any sort of gifts or anything like that, somebody's going to swipe an ashtray.
There's no way.
When you're on the tour, too, you're not being looked... If you're Olivia Rodrigo, you're not being looked at the same as if you're on a regular tour.
I don't think so.
If you're Joe Schmo...
No, I disagree. Remember when Ellen went and she forgot her license and they wouldn't let Ellen into the White House without all her credentials? And all I kept thinking was, everybody knows who you are. What do you mean? Yeah.
Right. Well, they could be a lookalike.
Hi, it's Anna and Raven.
I got a package of cocktail napkins.
Well, as a gift? What?
From a friend. And then the weirdest part is that another time I invited my husband's coworker to my son's play at high school.
Yeah.
And she gave him a package of cocktail napkins.
Same person? She's just handing out cocktail napkins to people?
I have a friend like that.
Oh, she's got a box of cocktail napkins.
No, Chrissy's into that.
Completely different, unrelated people.
Oh, well, I didn't know cocktail napkins was a gift, was a thing. Thanks for the call.
100%. So Chrissy does this all the time. Every season, every holiday, everything.
Yeah.
She'll give me a pack of holiday napkins.
But those are specific for holidays.
So,
though. So my grandmother used to have the custom cocktail napkins or whatever with the different messages on them.
Exactly. So for Halloween, she brings me ones that say "witches be drinking."
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And then
witches. They do be.
They'd be drinking.
They do be.
And
It's
then
true.
for Christmas, she gave me one year that said, "Dear Santa, all I want is a fat bank account and a skinny body. Don't mix it up like last year." I thought those were funny.
Those work for everybody.
I mean, it works all the way
It's
around.
true.
And for my birthday, I don't remember what it was, but it was probably something I can't say on the air. And I always wonder, where does she get these cocktail napkins?
Right. I mean, at first, it just sounded like I was picturing like somebody went to Costco. And they have a lot of, they bought it, and they were like, I'll definitely use all these napkins. And then nobody showed up for a party or something. Now they've been living with these napkins for 10 years.
No.
And they continue to hand them out. Those are different. Those are custom napkins.
Cocktail napkins are the real deal.
I guess.
Couples Court on the Anna and Raven Show.
Every day a couple joins us. They let us know what their disagreement is about, and then you decide who is right. Tony and Laura. Tony, let's start with you. What's going on?
We got a couple birds, and, I was sort of under the impression that, birds that live in the house are going to live in cages. Obviously, she does not feel this way. She likes to let them out once a day for, I don't know. She says it's usually going to be an hour. I feel like sometimes a little bit longer than that. And to me, it's disgusting because they're birds. They're going to the bathroom everywhere. They can fly out of the house if somebody comes in the door at the wrong time. I just think it's dangerous. I think it's kind of gross. And, I think we should just leave them in their cages if we're going to have birds in the house.
I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know anything about bird culture.
Right.
I had parakeets growing up, but they never were let out of the cage.
Did your dad eat them like he did with your rabbits?
Well, no,
your
they
pet rabbits?
died. They died naturally.
You think?
Well, we've had our fair share of quails at my home, but So maybe you can educate me a little bit, Laura. What is going on?
Okay, so we actually also have parakeets. We have two. And I just think, there's no other pet that you would expect to be caged up 24/7, especially if they can fly. I just feel like, why did we get pets if we're not going to let them loose occasionally? And since they can't go outside, why wouldn't we just let them fly around the house a little bit?
Is your dog going to eat your parakeets? Is that a problem? Does your dog try to eat your birds?
We do also have a dog, but he's allowed to be out of the house, so why aren't the parakeets?
No, I'm with you. I mean, if you're going to have birds, I think that it's kind of sad, actually, to have a bird that's caged its entire existence, especially if you have the availability for it to fly around a little bit and it's not getting out or putting itself in danger. So I kind of understand that.
Wait, but can you potty train a parakeet?
No, I mean, a bird's going to go where a bird's going to go, I would imagine.
Right. So that's Tony's biggest problem is, it's unsanitary. Well, they poop and they pee. Sometimes they do. I get that's kind of gross, but it's also it's bird poop. It's like a microscopic little speck of white that you can wipe up with a Clorox wipe. And if that's the cost of letting them be free for a little while, I don't know. It doesn't bother me at all, but this has been a point of contention for a while now.
You don't let them eat anything on Taco Tuesday, I'm guessing, Anna.
I'm reading online that you actually can potty train a parakeet.
Oh, good.
I can't imagine how that
sure they
process
have tiny
goes.
Diapers, too.
Yeah.
Because we are crazy people.
Okay.
We will buy anything.
All right. Well, we can certainly see what our audience has to say, and they may agree with you, Laura. Animals shouldn't always be in a cage, and if you let the animal free, you just got to clean up after it. It's part of being a responsible pet owner. But they may see your side too, Tony. It's nasty. It's birds flying all over your house and, making a mess.
I mean, it's one thing when they get you in the park. It's something else when they get you on your recliner. 1-800-330-9999. Whose side are you on? It's the Couples Court with Anna and Raven.
Laura and Tony have parakeets. Now, here's the thing. Tony was under the impression that when they got these parakeets, they would stay in the cage. But Laura lets them out every single day. And he says it's disgusting. You just let these birds fly around the house. They make a mess. She says, well, what are we going to do? Keep them caged? That doesn't make sense.
Yeah, no, I look at it like, it's the old way of thinking is we keep it just really for an ornament or something like that. That's not fair. We know more about animals nowadays. We know that that's also going to reflect on their health, too. They won't be good mentally or physically.
I mean, I can't imagine just letting birds fly around your house, but maybe I'm wrong. I don't know a lot about birds. Whose side are you on? 1-800-330-9999. Hi, it's a couples court.
Oh, I'm so on the wife's side because birds need a lot of attention and a lot of work. And if you're going to have a bird, you really need to let it out of the cage. I had birds most of my entire life, and they need to be out.
I had no idea birds needed so much attention. What is the most needy bird that you had? Like that bird was just a clinger. Stage 5 clinger bird.
A lot of parrots. I had a parakeet. I have had ringneck parakeets. They all need to be loved. And, I used to sleep with one, and they're just great pets. And if they don't get a lot of attention and they're not touched a lot, they end up, I forget what it's called, but they start picking themselves and pulling their own feathers out. They get anxious.
Nobody wants that.
They need love and attention, too.
Yeah.
I have so many questions. Thank you for the call.
Thank you. Cockapoos live to 95 years. You need to leave them in your will. My gosh, that is a commitment.
I mean, what bird are you sleeping with?
Whose side are you on? 1-800-330-9999. Couples Court. Laura and Tony have parakeets, and Laura lets them fly loose around the house.
Tony thinks it's a terrible idea. He's tired of sitting down on his couch and coming across one of their mistakes or accidents. He thinks when they bought the birds, they were going to stay in their cage. They'd look at them through the cage and say, hey, birdie, and that'd be it.
Yeah, what do you do? What do you know about birds? Is this normal? Do you keep them caged? Do you let them out? It's a couples court. 1-800-330-9999. Hi, whose side are you on?
I agree with her because, you know what, everyone needs to fly loose once in a while. Let the birds fly. Open your wings and go, go, go.
When was the last time you flew loose?
Here.
Tell me.
Oh, daily.
See? He flies.
Daily.
Right. Are you doing that right now, ma'am?
And on Raven, whose side are you on?
I'm on the wife's side. I have 2 cockatiels. I can't imagine leaving my cockatiels in the cage all day long. I think it's mean. Birds are meant to fly, and, we put them in cages because we want to have them as pets, but if there has to be a compromise, it's not fair to keep them in a cage all day. I let my birds out during the day. I have a room that's dedicated to the birds, and I keep a netting over the doorway so they can't get out. They fly around, and they're happier. When, they're more content when they get some exercise and they get some socialization.
And healthier, too. It's like a Chuck E. Cheese for birds in her place.
Nice.
Right.
And on Raven, whose side are you on?
I'm on the guy's side. Truthfully, I don't think, you did the comparison about the dog. If the dog does happen to have an accident, it's on the lawn or in the dirt. It's not something that you would plan on laying on the grass where the dog just did what he had to do. Not to mention, if the dog's outside, he's either on a leash or in a pen. As far as the bird flying around the house, bring him in the garage or something if you really want him to fly.
Okay.
Because who knows how many times that bird pooped and might have landed on the grapes or an apple or even in your coffee.
Yeah.
And, you got to look at it. You got to look at it that way.
I agree.
If I bring that bird to my garage, though, I'll never see him again. I can't find anything in my garage.
Oh, it's true.
The verdict is in. Jury foreman, what are the results?
Laura, our audience agreed with you. If you're a responsible pet owner and you feel like this is something that your pets need, then Tony, you're going to have to stand by her side as she allows this to happen.
Yeah, I mean, I agree to listen to what they say. If they want to come over and clean up all the poop, then that's cool. We'll have some visitors.
Well, I think it is fair for you to negotiate a time and a schedule, basically, guys, for when these animals can be out. And that's when you guys can be aware of what's going on. That way you're not coming across these surprises, right? Nobody wants to step into your pet's accident. So, make sure it's a time where you guys can actually be paying attention or interacting with them, too. That way you get the best of both worlds.
Right. Yeah, maybe we do it while the hour that you're at the gym, if you don't have to deal with it.
Well, as long as you're not going to let them go on his chair. So, right.
All right, if you have a problem, too, send an email, couplescourt@AnnaandRaven.com.
Can't beat Raven.
Can't Beat Raven is powered by HelloFresh. This holiday season, let HelloFresh send you everything you need to make delicious meals in about 30 minutes. Get 14 free meals plus 3 free gifts during their Black Friday sale with code Anna14 at HelloFresh.com/Anna14. Diane,
Yes.
You are up. Can you please ask Raven to leave the room?
Raven, can you please leave the room?
Sure, Diane. Good luck.
All right.
Thank you.
We have $500 on the line. Here's how it's going to work. I'm going to ask you 5 pop culture questions. You have 3 seconds to answer each one. I'll bring Raven back in and ask him the same 5 questions. Whoever gets the most right wins. Ties go to Raven. You ready to play?
I'm ready.
$500. I'd love to give it to you. Number 1, South Park movie is coming to Paramount Plus. South Park is a fictional town in what state?
New York.
Number 2, Salma Hayek says she struggled trying to make it big in Hollywood because of her heavy accent until she was cast as Kitty Softpaws in what animated film?
Here comes Kitty. I have no idea.
Number 3, Rock and Roll Hall of Fame inductions were this past weekend. Taylor Swift was there to induct what artist? Here's a hint. She performed one of her songs, Will You Love Me Tomorrow?
I can't even think of it.
That's all right. Number 4, time's up. Mariah Carey is trending because it's Mariah season, all things Christmas. On November 24th, 2019, which one of her Christmas songs won a few records in Guinness World Records, including best-selling and most recognizable Christmas song and most streamed song on Spotify in 24 hours?
All I Want for Christmas Is You.
And number 5, Kim Kardashian and Pete Davidson were spotted holding hands, but reps say that they're just friends. They recently played Princess Jasmine and Aladdin on what TV show?
Oh, I have no idea.
All right, Diane, let me bring Raven back in.
Yo.
Okay, that wasn't great. Diane got 1 out of 5.
Not too good, Diane. Let's see how I do.
Number 1,
boy.
South Park movie is coming to the Paramount Plus. South Park is a fictional town in what state?
Colorado.
Yes. Number 2, Salma Hayek said that she struggled trying to make it big in Hollywood because of her heavy accent until she was cast as Kitty Softpaws in what animated film?
Puss in Boots.
Yes. Number 3, Rock and Roll Hall of Fame inductions were this past weekend. Taylor Swift was there to induct what artist? Here's a hint. She performed one of her songs, Will You Love Me Tomorrow?
Wasn't it Patsy Cline?
No, Carole King. Number 4, Mariah Carey is trending because it's Mariah season, all things Christmas.
Right.
In 2019, which one of her Christmas songs won a few records in the Guinness World Records, including best-selling and most recognizable Christmas songs and most streamed songs on Spotify in 24 hours?
Wow. All I Want for Christmas Is You.
Yes. And number 5, Kim Kardashian and Pete Davidson were spotted holding hands, but reps say they're just friends.
I didn't see them holding hands. I saw them riding together.
Well, they were holding hands because she was screaming.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, that's different.
Yeah. They recently played Princess Jasmine and Aladdin on what TV show?
Well, they did? SNL.
Yes.
Yes.
Diane, he beat you 4-1 this morning. We will get you an Ann on Raven
did.
t-shirt, though.
Okay, my name is Diane, and I can't beat Raven.
Well, thanks for trying, Diane. Hold on.
Better luck next
Thank you,
time.
guys.
Enjoy that shirt, girl.
Cloud is powering tomorrow's transformative missions. Federal agencies are partnering with SAIC to help them meet these critical moments, where bold moves require confident blueprints, where you can accelerate transformation through consistency, where you can innovate forward and never look back. SAIC quickly and securely migrates large-scale workloads to the cloud with the confidence you need to assure your mission. Learn more at SAIC.com/cloud.